Now that we have created our first package, let's dive deeper into how we can drill down into the details, how our existing packages are performing. So to start off, you can switch between a tile view and a list view. Here you get more details related to the packages. So let's go down and click on this car insurance API package. Start off, you get the name of the package, whether this is publicly accessible or filtered using access control. Hovering over this line, you get details of the description, overall status, the default rate card. Please note that this rate card will be applied only when there's no metering rules getting satisfied for the transaction. You also get the status of subscribers that are using this package in their app and its validity. On the right hand side, you get a historical view of how this package has generated revenue based on the metered request. Generally, all your calls should be metered. That signals that your metering rules are comprehensive. If you have this less, then you might have to take a look at the traffic patterns and update your metering rules. Now let's take a look at what are the contents of different API resources within this package. As mentioned before, you can add any resource from different APIs or even different gateways thanks to the federated API capabilities of APIwiz and monetize them under one package that suits the business use. In this case, you have a get manufacturer details, insurance quote, quotation details, and car value API resources included within this. All of them have a description, the number of metering rules, the calls, and percentage of the total traffic metered and the revenue generated. Here you get also the percentage revenue. This indicates that in this package, the first API is the most revenue generating API in this package. This helps with business prioritization or if you want to add other capabilities related to this use case. So let's dive deeper into the specific API's performance. Please note that at any point you can switch between different months to see the performance of the specific API for a given month. So let's dive deeper into the first one. Now that I have drilled down into the specific API within this package, I get a view of how this specific API is performing. Since I have come one level down, I can switch between different APIs right away. This is an API level monetization dashboard where I get a detailed breakup of how much of the total traffic is getting metered. In this case, 140,000 API calls were there and all of them got metered. Similarly, from the metered calls, you get a revenue generated and what was the change on a daily basis. On the bottom left, you get the number of users consuming this API. For the month of July, I can see that 5 consumers were using this API consistently for 28 days. And there were multiple metering rules. I can see what is the breakup of metering rules. If I go into the metering rule tab, I can see that there's only one metering rule defined for this API. Hence, in the overview section, you get that validate response code is the metering rule that generated the most amount of revenue. If you have multiple metering rules for a given API, this helps you refine the criteria of a metering rule as well. Here, I can see the specific metering rule structure. In this case, I'm looking at response status code, which was 200. Next, what was the rate card that was used to get the revenue? In previous video, we saw that each metering rule has a rate card associated with it. That specific rate card gets applied as soon as the metering criteria is satisfied. So in this case, we had one metering rule called as validate response code that we just saw, and this was the rate card applied to it. It was a unit-based rate charging model. The pricing was $10, additional fee was $15, and this is the other detail related to the rate card. The best part about APIwiz monetization is that you can also see the consumers of this specific API and how much revenue did they generate. In this case, we have 5 users and 5 users in total have generated this one amount of revenue. So you can reach out to them right from here. If you click on this, you go to their specific profile. If I click here, now I'm taken to that consumer's profile and what other APIs they have consumed. In the next video, we will dive deeper into the consumer analytics from the dashboard and how you can drill down to get granular details about your API consumers and API packages.